I figured I'd make a short video going for a little walk here. I was just talking to somebody in the library there about homeless people and addicts or whatever. He said, there's such a nuisance, blah, blah, blah. And then he was calling them really bad names that I don't want to get into. So anyways, I said to him, what's your life schedule? What's your life like? How did you get raised? How did you grow up? How did you, live your life? What's going on with you? He says, well, I grew up in a really nice household. And my mom, my dad were together, very good relationship, no fighting in the house, no nothing. Loving family, very supporting entire family, aunts, uncles, cousins, all that. And then he has a good job. He got a car. He's got himself a house now because he's an adult now, right? So no trauma whatsoever in his life. So I told him, I said, seems to me like you just don't understand. Oh, there's a rabbit. I don't know if I can... Oh, he's gone. I don't know if he'd understand how these guys have to live their lives, right? So I said, it's kind of unfair. Someone like you has never experienced anything in life, but yet you want to judge people. You want to put a label on people. Meanwhile, your whole entire life has been pampered, where you lived at home your whole entire life. You never had to endure any struggle whatsoever. No struggle whatsoever. No family members dying. Everything's good. Everything's good your whole entire life. And then you branched off. Your parents help you get your own home, get your car, you got your license. Your parents did a fantastic job raising you. And, shouldn't really take that for granted and put other people down. Just because you see people, misfortune out here and they have turned to drugs, there's always a story behind why they're on drugs. You know that, and then he got a little upset with me because I told him, I said, I think you're the biggest piece of shit because people like you go around labeling people, calling people names, putting people down, and you don't have the first idea of what it's like for these people out here and what they have to go through. They're walking around this city. Look at this city, man. It's a beautiful city, but this is hell for a lot of people. This is complete hell. Especially downtown core. It's a small downtown core in Barrie, Ontario. Barrie's a small town. And people in this town, the way they treat one another is unbelievable. If you all got together like you did for the COVID restrictions on the homeless people, maybe there wouldn't be so much homeless drug addicts running the streets. Just put that in your mind for a second. Anyways, this guy got really mad at me because I told him, I said, you don't understand anything. You had a job, you have a car, you have a home, and you lived at your parents' house till you're in your late 20s. And you struggle nothing. You find a girlfriend, you move in with her. You have a fantastic life. I'm not putting this guy down because he has all that. Good for him. I'm happy. I'm grateful that he has that. And he's not one of these people that don't have anything, right? I'm glad. But the way he was talking about homeless people, the people with addiction problems, it just made me sick. That's the problem with society. Is people who think they know everything. They have no sense of trauma. They never even went through any sort of trauma whatsoever in their whole entire life, but yet they have the biggest, I'm going to say it, they got the biggest fucking mouth you'll ever see. And it's disgusting. I'm a little irritated right now, yes. And I apologize to anyone for this. But man, people, if you live a good life, keep your fucking mouth shut if you can't do any good for people. It's disgusting the way one another treats people. It's disgusting. People on these streets with drug addiction because they have trauma and they have pain. They probably got stuck on the doctor's prescription And that's how they got into a drug addiction in the first place. There's always a story behind everything. And when people don't put a stop to think and realize, it's just disgusting. And it's really disgusting. Like, people are dying day in, day out. You think these people want to be on drugs? They don't want to be on drugs. They want to be clean and sober and live a nice, fruitful life, have a job, have a car, have a house, have a wife, have kids. They're just like you. They just got problems in life, and they weren't pampered in life like most of y'all, Anyways, you know what? I'm just going to shut this down because I'm going to get myself in trouble. Anyways, like I always say, this is John McClane Films. Don't hate, be great. And I really mean that when I say that. Don't hate, be great. And that goes for everyone in every walk of life.